Battlefield 2 Modern Combat servers are back. In this video I'm going to show you how to play online in 2023. I'll also give a brief description of how everything works. You'll be glad to know that this method is not complicated. You don't need to be a master hacker. You don't need modded hardwares or really confusing things. It's kind of like how you would have connected way back in the early 2000s. The game will work on a PC emulator as well as an original PS2 console. If you're emulating it, you should also have the original game like I do. You can actually play your original game, you can stick your original disc in, but you also need to have, for legal reasons, an original console. Okay, without these things you should not be emulating it for legal reasons. In this video I will assume that you have these things and I will not link to anywhere where you can illegally download this stuff. You should follow the laws in your country, and you'll not hear from in the Discord or anything like that. No one's going to share links to where to illegally download this stuff. That's the kind of stuff that could get the project shut down. So make sure you follow the law and make sure you own copies of the game or the console, etc. With that being said, in a nutshell, I'm going to show you guys the connection diagram, which is what we're going to follow. So what first thing I want to show you is how to bypass the DNAS, so it's being emulated. It's the authentication system. Also, GameSpy servers have been down for a while now, so to create your account, you'll need to connect to OpenSpy. And finally, you're going to connect to our server. So I'll show you all of that. Let's first click on, hold on, let me just turn off the connection diagram. So I'm going to take you step by step here. As soon as you boot up your console or load the game in your emulator, you'll be met with the background screen that I've been using for a while. So go ahead and just go to the online mode. Your first time loading this, because you don't have any of the settings saved, it'll ask you basically to connect or to configure your network. So just go ahead and click create/edit. After some time, you'll get to this network settings screen, and we're just going to go ahead and add a new network, save it onto your memory card. It's just going to take a little minute to format. So some of this stuff's automatic, so just go ahead and just hit the left, sort of navigate to the left. This bit just do automatic. Go to auto. But for the DNS server, we're going to do manual, and this is where I might actually just pause the video here and just show you guys where we're actually getting that from. So if you go to the PS2 Online website, they have a DNS that essentially works. It just bypasses the old DNS, which no longer works. I think the guy's called Christian that's hosting the new one. So essentially just put in the code that you've seen on screen there. I'll put it in the description and you'll hopefully get a message to say it's successful. Just save the settings as Battlefield 2 Modern Combat or whatever you want, doesn't really matter. But once you've saved your new settings, and then you go to the next time you go to the online mode, just select these settings and it's going to load the emulated DNS, and that will get us on to the next part. Let's go ahead and hit X, save to your memory card, and then hit OK. Simple as that. So I think at this point you can just quit and then load up again. So as you see here, next time you load up, you just select those settings that you just created, and hopefully you'll get a screen that says configuration successful. It's authenticating the DNAS now, and it's verifying that we're going to try and connect to GameSpy. So the next part is the GameSpy account creation. There's nothing you really need to do here in terms of any special way of connecting to the GameSpy servers. This will just do this automatically. You're just already connected to OpenSpy. All we have to do here is really create our account and just create a username, whatever you want. As long as it's unique and hasn't been used before, it should be fine. Even when it comes to the email address, it doesn't have to be an actual working email address as such. You can pretty much just use whatever you want. And in fact, in this example here, I just made up an email address that doesn't even exist. I just called it JMMREVIEW 2023 at gmail.com. I think hotmail.com works as well. There's probably lots of different ones. But in this part, just don't... I did a test where I just put in like lol at hotmail.com and it didn't work. So either someone has already created an account with that, or I don't know, it just doesn't let you for whatever reason. So just make sure that it's a unique email address. I mean, I'm sure, I understand if you're funny about putting in like your actual email address. So maybe just, if you want to keep the account, just create a second one and use that. And again, the password doesn't actually really matter either, unless you're really wanting to keep this account. Maybe you want to have a secure password so no one guesses it and steals your account potentially. But I mean, if that happens, you can just make another account, really. This all saves to your PlayStation 2 memory card anyway, so just go ahead and hit yes, save to memory card. And the next time you want to log in, like, you don't even have to remember your password. It's just kind of saved on the memory card. So that's account creation done. We've logged in, we have our account. The next bit is just to simply search for a server and join. You can add friends, just hit the circle button there to add a new friend. If you know anyone else that's playing this, get them on your friends list. But the next video I'll show you is joining a server. And again, there's nothing special here. It's just go to find game and you should see our server. If not, if you're having problems, just jump in the Discord and message, and we should be able to help you join. So it's no different than how it worked before. Just go to find game. Server should be there. Connect to it. You see it's sort of frozen here. I'm actually in this example using old code, so yours might not freeze the way mine has here. I'm actually running this on a virtual machine running XP, so the code has moved on a little bit since then. You see the punk. If you see the Punk Buster screen, then you know you're connecting. Took us a while to actually get the Punk Buster to show for us and actually join the matches, and even longer to actually join each other. That was another thing that. It turns out trying to run XP in a virtual machine these days is not helpful when you're trying to host a modern server and things like that. But there you are. Let me join here. It's a very bizarre experience in these early testing days when this footage was recorded, to be among two of the only people to actually be playing this game online was a very strange experience. But hopefully you guys will all be playing it with us very soon. You've seen there at the very start when I threw the C4, it took a little bit of time to explode. I did find that this older version of the code was a little bit more laggy, but hopefully hasn't been properly tested with a lot of people, but we're hoping it runs a lot smoother than the earlier version did. But you can see it's still pretty good. I mean, it's all running quite well. It's just you just notice the C4 is a little bit buggy. So joining shouldn't really be too much of an issue. It's not really different from when you would have originally played this. So hopefully there's no major issues. And yeah, that's really all I wanted to just share you guys. The big thing is just changing that DNS settings. And again, hopefully you just won't have too much trouble. I think I die here actually. Don't make it over in time. Yeah, so look, I hope this helped you. If it didn't and there are some other issues, jump onto the Discord or comment and I'll try and help. And yeah, hopefully see you soon on Battlefield. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.